Hi guys, it's Cindy, aka Disney Queen. Today I'm coming to you with the last of my series about budgeting for a Walt Disney World trip. And I also have a vacation travel announcement. Due to some complications, health-wise for my husband and a couple of other things, we are actually postponing our vacation until next year. And that got me thinking about my series. Am I upset about the fact that we are postponing? Yes, but it's for the right reasons, and Disney is still going to be there next year. But there are so many things that you can do at Walt Disney World that I thought, what if I dreamed about, this is not actually our plan for next year, although we might incorporate some of these things. What if I dreamed what a vacation at Disney would be like without going into the parks? What type of things could you do that would not break the bank but would still give you that Disney magic? And I think I did a video a while back where I talked about some of the free things that you can do at Disney, and but I thought I would elaborate a little bit more. If you still want to have a little bit of that Disney magic, you could take 3 or 4 days, which also cuts down on how much you would be paying, because when we go, we tend to stay for 8 days. But if you decided to do a shorter trip, one, that will cut some of the hotel costs down. One of my favorite things to do when we first get to Disney is to go to Disney Springs. And now it used to be called Downtown Disney, and I loved Downtown Disney, but I understand why. A lot of people like Disney Springs more now because there's so much more to do and see. But some of the things that you can do at Downtown Disney is, if you go in the evenings, there are performers that are out. They sometimes have live bands that are playing. Depending on the season, there are certain things that are going on. Of course, you can't go without visiting the Disney stores. It's a little less Disney themed inside the Disney store now. But there are so many Disney items that you could look at. So if you're not spending money on tickets, you could be saving and putting a little bit aside to get some souvenirs. Along that same line, if you really want Disney souvenirs, the best place to go get Disney souvenirs without going into the park or at a discount is the Disney Character Warehouse stores. And there are 2 locations for that, and I will put information below about all of these different things. But that is a choice as well. Now, one thing that I think I've been in a store, but I don't know that I paid as much attention to it as I've recently learned that the Wonderground Gallery is at Disney Springs, and they have beautiful artwork, and some of it is very expensive. But if you want to take a little bit of Disney home with you in the form of art, you can purchase some of their postcards, and their postcards are beautiful. And you can put those in a frame. Another thing you can do is you can do resort hopping, and I know I have talked about that many times. It is one of our favorite things to do. We get on the monorail and we go around and we check out the Grand Floridian, we check out the Polynesian Resort, we check out the Contemporary Resort. We've gone over to Wilderness Lodge. And you get on the transportation for Disney just like you would anywhere else on Disney property, and then you can easily go to the transportation and ticket center, and then from there you could go to catch the monorail that goes to the resorts. You can't take a bus directly from the, like say, one of the value resorts, which is what I'm saying stay at if you're trying to stay on a budget. Another thing that you can do is when you get to your resort, whether you choose to stay at a moderate or you choose to stay at the value resorts, or even if you choose to stay off property in Orlando, Florida, they are going to have pools at the resorts, no matter which resort you go to. So you could spend some leisure time at the pool, swimming, or just, sunbathing, or don't forget to put that sunscreen on. That is something that you can do. Another thing that you can do is for a lot cheaper, you could visit one of the Disney water parks. And there are 2 that you can choose from. And it won't be the cost of going into the Disney parks, but it will give you that Disney feel. And in the summertime, that is a good choice to make. And if you have young family members, they will really enjoy it, and you will enjoy it. Another thing that you can do is you can try your hand at miniature golf. And Disney has a really cute little course. I actually have not been there, but I've seen videos of people who have done them, and that is a fun activity for the whole family, and it's not going to break the bank to go to the miniature golf course. One of my favorite things to do, and this is actually kind of like a splurge, but it will give you a little bit of that Disney magic without actually going into the parks, and you could save for that one special meal. Now for us, our favorite meal is Ohana, but there are other restaurants outside of the Disney parks that you can go to, and some of them even have Mickey. So if you want to get that time with Mickey Mouse and friends, check out some of the different restaurants that are outside of the parks, that are in the hotels, and there are even some on the boardwalk that you can try out. We've done Cape May Cafe for breakfast, and that's been Mickey and Donald. We've done I know you can do the Polynesian, and you can see Lilo and Stitch. You can go see some of the princesses at El Forno. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but you can see several of the princesses by doing that. Sometimes you can even catch Cinderella at the Grand Floridian. You can Alice from Alice in Wonderland, and the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland by going to the Grand Floridian 1900 Park Fair. If you want to have a little taste of the animals like you would see if you were at Animal Kingdom, you can go over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and you can go and look out at the safari. They also, which is something that is on my to-do list, and I am really praying and hoping that they don't get rid of it, they have what is called a food tour, and it takes you around. You can go, it gives you a tour of the resorts, but it tells you about the restaurants, and you get to taste the food, and that does not cost anything. Another thing is you can go over to Wilderness Lodge, and at Wilderness Lodge you can ask for the Hidden Mickey scavenger hunt paper, and you can go around Wilderness Lodge and do scavenger hunt and hunt for hidden Mickeys. Don't forget to see the geyser that goes off, I think, every hour at the Wilderness Lodge. And if you would like a meal that is very good but is not expensive, you should try the Geyser Point Bar and Grill. Wilderness. And at Fort Wilderness, you can have a chance to hang out with Chip and Dale and watch a movie for free. And I also know that you can also do this at the boardwalk at the, I believe it's the Beach Club Resort. They have a lawn area, and in the evenings they do play Disney movies out on the lawn, and that does not cost anything. And while you're at the boardwalk, make sure that you check out the performers that perform in the evenings. And you can see the fireworks from Magic Kingdom. If you take the boat from Hollywood Studios to Epcot, sometimes in the evening you can catch the fireworks. You can definitely see them from the boardwalk at night when they go off, and that's usually around 9 o'clock. Also at the Grand Floridian and the Contemporary Resort and the Polynesian Resort, they have what is a cute little water parade that you can catch, and that you can see down there for free. At Pop Century, you can take a free art course and art class, and you can learn how to create one of your favorite Disney characters. And while you're at Pop Century and some of the other all-star resorts, can't talk today, you can take pictures with all the amazing icons that are a part of the buildings over at the Pop Century, the Value Resort, and Art of Animation. One of the last things that you can do that will give you a little bit of that Disney magic is, while you're over at Disney Springs, catch the boat, the Friendship boat, over to Port Orleans French Quarter, and look around there. You can rent a carriage and have a carriage ride. If you want to have that Disney magic and you just want a little downtime, sometimes going into the park can be overwhelming. And maybe you've gotten to the point where you've been to the parks a lot of times and you're looking to do stuff a little bit more leisurely. This is a perfect way to do it. Way that you can have a little taste of Disney without breaking the bank. So, even though I am sad that we are postponing our trip, thanks to my wonderful travel agent, she's going to be on the lookout for when the new rates come out for next year. We are still looking at doing November because the temperatures will be down a little bit. I don't know that the crowds will be down anymore now the Galaxy's Edge will be open. And the other advantage to that is that by the time we go, that there will be new rides at Disney. Hopefully even a new ride at what used to be the Great Movie Ride. So I'm still looking forward to it. It means that I can replan again. There's a small possibility we might be at a different hotel, but as of right now, our plan is to stay at the All-Star Resorts. I don't think that they will be renovated by the time we go, but if they are, that could be, a blessing too. I'm looking at this as, okay, it's just a postponement, but it's not that we're not going. We're just going a little longer. So even though my time has gone from, I think I would have now been at 180 days, I would have been making, like last week, I would have been making my dining reservations. We are now back up in the 300 and something. And so, it is what it is, but we want to go when we're all feeling well enough to go, when there's even a possibility that my oldest daughter would be going with us again too. So instead of celebrating my 55th birthday at Disney, I'll be celebrating my 56th birthday at Disney. So I hope that you enjoyed this series that I did. I do plan to do more videos about budgeting for Disney. I have gone to Disney multiple times now, and we never have a very large budget when we go to Disney, and we do save. One advantage to booking early is that we can save over the year for that trip, so that when it's time for us to actually go, we've pretty much paid for the trip. So as soon as Disney gives the okay that, hey, you can book your next trip, even if it's a year out, that is a way that you can save. You can be banking money away, you can be putting change in your piggy bank, and you can be collecting gift cards. If any of my family members are watching, if you want to know what to get me for Christmas, gift cards would be good from Disney. I will take them because that will help with our meals. That will help with just everything. The longer we save, the more at ease you are when you go and you don't have to worry about that bill over your head. And definitely you want to be healthy when you go, because the last thing you want to do is get to Disney World and be sick. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I was really looking forward to it. But thanks to all of my friends who go to Disney on a regular basis, I'm still getting a little bit of my Disney magic through them, and eventually I will get there. So until I see you next time, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? And if you want to know when the next video comes out, all you have to do is hit that little notification bell. So until I see you again, have a blessed day. Bye.